Hi, this is Emma from Emma's Cards and Paper Crafts. Today we're making this cute little box here. So it's sort of a slide out drawer design. You could fill this with jewellery, small gifts, chocolates, just put a little bit of tissue paper or something in the bottom and off and away. So this is from the Irresistible Blooms suite. This one I made in the soft sea foam. And today we're going to be making it in the Daffodil Delight. You'll need one sheet of A4 white and one in Daffodil Delight. A sheet of DSP because we're going to be using flowers this time instead of the leaves. Your little pot of frosted dots. We won't be doing any stamping unless of course you want to, but you will be using the flower dies and also this circle die. I've already pre-cut my flowers. I've got these off to one side just because I don't really have room for my die cutting machine on the table. So I've already done the flowers, but I will be showing you how to die cut this bit in here and doing the window. So let's get started on the cutting. Let me just put all my things to one side. So we're going to start off with the white base, and the white base needs to be cut down to 10 inches by 7 inches, if I can just get hold of it. So I'll just fold this out. I'm going to cut this down to the 10 by 7. There we go. And then we're just going to do some scoring. So I'm going to put my blade out of the way. And so on the long side, we'll be scoring at 1.5. And also at 5.5. Either that or you could just flip it round and score at 1.5 from each side just to make sure it's even. And on the other side we'll be scoring at 1.5, 3 inches, and then again you could also flip it round and do it the other side. Then we're going to score at 7. So you could work from either end just to make sure your measurements are correct, or you could just carry it on. I will put all of the measurements in the description box below. So this is what it should look like. I'm not sure if you can see the score lines very well or not. I'm just going to put my scoreboard to one side, and we're just going to do some cutting. Get out my trusty favourite scissors, and we're going to cut along these edges here. Do not cut out these boxes here, you'll see why at the end. We're going to leave those attached for now. We're just going to cut down here to the corner of the main part of the box and turn it around and do the same the other side. Having a steady hand is not my strong point, so sometimes it takes me a little while. And then down this one just here. And then we're going to give all of these lines a nice firm fold. So you need these little flaps we're going to fold in there. This one we're going to fold on both lines. These ones you don't need to fold on both lines. Fold this one in this way, this one in this way, here, here. So where your side pieces intersect, we're going to make a small little snip here, so about halfway down, and then we're going to turn it around, and where you see your line joins, slightly move your bottom one out the way, or top one out the way, make just a little snip, and then you're going to repeat that and just cut it to about halfway as well. So these pieces are going to interlock when it's across here, so like this. So then you've got your box like this. You can also line up these lines. Fold this back a minute so I can get to it, just so I can make sure that all of the cuts are straight. So about halfway up. So then these two nicely tucked together. I just need to cut that one down just a smidgen more. It doesn't matter if you go just beyond the halfway. In fact, it might even be a little bit easier if you go just beyond the halfway, because then they will slot together nicely, nice and easier if we put the slots on the inside. So that creates that like that. And then we're going to do the same the other side. Let's unhook this one a minute. And this is easier because this line I've already made at the bottom. We can make the cut at the top here. Okay. Then we'll just cut it down to just past halfway. So then, if you put the hooks on the inside, it just leaves for a better finish at the end. And hook that one like so. And then with these bits, just going to give them a tuck over in like so. And tuck over and in like so. I'm just going to use a little bit of tearing tape just to secure those down. So if you just put it across your joins there, it holds everything together nicely. So you peel your backing off. Just make sure you tuck this one up nice and flush, and then tuck it over, nice firm press down. This one nice tuck over, nice and tight, also push down nice and flush. So now you've got the basis of your 4x4 box, so it's quite a roomy box. And now we're going to work on the top. So we're going to get our Daffodil Delight, and we're going to cut this piece to we're going to cut it down this way at 4 inches to make our 4-inch wraparound. We've also got a lot of mine's gone blank, scoring to do. So cut this straight down at 4, and then we need to cut this down to 11 5/8. So it's just a smidgen coming off the edge, the tiniest piece. You could leave it on there if you wanted to. It wouldn't make much difference if you made that edge your flap on the inside. So starting from one end, we're going to score first at 1 9/16, just to make this slightly more roomier around our 1.5 inch depth of our inner box, just so it's easier to slide in and out. So there we go. So 1 9/16 there. Then we're going to score at 5 9/16. So just here. Then we're going to score at 7 1/8. Then at 11 1/8. And that is our wraparound. So if we give these a good fold, the edges, that is the outside wrap of our box. because we want this bit to be on the bottom, so it's out of sight and at the back, we're going to be cutting the circle out of this section just here. So I'm just going to go off to the side on my bigger die cutting machine now and just quickly cut that. Let me just find my circle die. So there's no need to be really accurate with this bit, because obviously the design's all sort of all over the place in a nice kind of way, so you won't really notice if you slightly did it one side further than the other. If you just give me 1 minute, I'll be back in a second. Here we go. So all of these little bits just pop out. Just give them a gentle nudge in the right direction. There we go. And we'll just put our wrap to one side for a second. We're going to cut the window sheet now, which I very ever so cleverly didn't find the window sheet out yet. So we're going to need a piece that's approximately 4 by 4, as long as it's bigger than your circle. Yep, that's fine. And then I'm just going to trim this down so it's a smidge under 4 each way, just so it fits nicely on the underneath of your box and doesn't get in the way. Just make sure that, yeah, that side's less than 4. So bring back our box, so upside down, that'll fit over there just nicely. So we're just going to put a little bit of tear and tape in these corners, because I find if you accidentally get glue on the window sheets just at the wrong angle, it leaves horrible smeary fingerprints, and I'm not so good at not doing or not getting glue everywhere. So I'm going to pop the tape just in the corners. I think I got over enthusiastic with the tape. So peel back these. There we go. And then we can stick on our window sheet. Just ensure that it's covering the entire gap. There we go. And then along this edge here, we can also put some tape. My tape's kind of wide, so I'm just going to tear it down a little bit narrower. And the extras I'll just take off. Tape is not being my friend today. There we go. And then just to make sure that your card is actually nice and square, if you fold it flat, it should just fold over nicely. So now we're on to decorating the front. Let's just check that our box fits in nicely. There we go. So it's a little bit gappy on the sides. You could just turn the box around and pop it in the other way. There we go. So it's a little bit firmer. So as you can see, I wasn't quite straight with my placement, so it's a little bit bigger here and a little bit smaller here, but that's not going to matter because we're going to put our flowers on. Let me bring my flowers in. Going to need some dimensionals for these, so just going to get in a mixture of big ones and small ones. Some people say I'm quite generous with my dimensionals, but I do like to have firm coverage on them. Might need a couple of small ones just for these little leafy bits I've cut out. So that's the mini dimensionals. Just pull the backing off of that one. There we go. And then you can just decide on your placement. So I think I'm going to put mine kind of all in one corner this time. Let's just unpeel them both and then I can decide once I've got them. If you're layering them over the top of each other, you might have to double up your dimensionals. So I'm going to put this one just here and this one here. So this dimensional here, which is going to be off the side, we're going to double that one up just so that it's got the right height. There we go. And then we've got our two little leafy sprigs. Pop on there. Just tuck one in here, like so. And then we're just going to get some of our loose frosted dots. Let me try and move some of my mess out of the way. Loose frosted dots. We're just going to pick out sort of 3 or 4, maybe even more, just a couple of different sizes. Just because I like the way it looks of varying sizes all over. Then take a little bit of Tombow. My glue is desperately running out and I'm still waiting on my pre-order. So it's supposed to be delivered today. So cue an unboxing. It should be coming next day or two. So I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on a few of them, the little circles, and then carefully take my frosted dots and stick them down. Oh, they keep running away from me. Really should buy some tweezers. It would make things a lot easier. Right, that one's a little bit too big for what I want, so I'm just going to hook out another tiny one. Excuse me if you can see my head in this. There we go. Just give it a little while for that glue to completely dry, and it will dry completely clear. So I hope you liked today's little box project. Measurements will be left down below in the description. And just for reference again, this is the Irresistible Blooms suite, which is an online exclusive, so it can't be bought from the catalogue. You can only buy it from online in my shop. I will leave the link to my shop in the description box as well. I do hope you've liked this box and today's little make. It's such a nice big box and very, very easy to make. So I hope you liked it. See you again soon. Bye bye.